Hello my precious friends, I really hope that you're doing great. Welcome to our today's class. It's our 15th and last lesson on a given form 3 mathematics topic called sequences and series. So we are looking at our 10th example on geometric progression, which is a past Kcse question tested in 205, paper 2, question number 19. It reads that Abdi and Amoit were employed at the beginning of the same year. Their annual salaries in shillings progressed as follows. So we are given for Abdi and also for Amoit. So in part A of the question, we are being told to calculate Abdi's annual salary increment and hence write down an expression for his annual salary in the nth year of employment. So we look at the details that we are given for Abdi so that we determine whether we are dealing with an AP or a GP. Now, for the case of Abdi, so in part A, we need to examine the increment of salary for Abdi. So it started from 60,000 to 64,800, then to 69,600. So let's check whether there is a common difference. So to check that, I'll subtract the second term with the first term. So I'm having 64,800. I subtract with the first term, which is 60,000. So, of course, the difference is going to give me 4,800. Then I also subtract the third term with the second term. So, the third term is 69,600. Then minus the second term is 64. That is 64,800. So if you subtract these two, you're also going to get 4,800. So clearly, for Abdi's salary, it has what we are calling a common difference D. Therefore, we'll say that since Abdi's salary has a common difference, it has a common difference that is denoted by D. It has a common difference denoted by D. It is an AP. It is an AP. It is an arithmetic progression because of the common difference. Therefore, we are required to calculate Abdi's annual increment. So, of course, the annual increment will be annual increment. So remember, increment simply means the common difference. In this particular case, it will be given by, it will just be equal to the value of D, of course, which we have found to be, that is Kenya shillings, 4,800. 4,800. So that is Abdi's annual increment in salary. Then we look at the second aspect of part A that we are being asked to find. So the second aspect, we are told to calculate Abdi's annual increment and hence write down an expression for his annual salary in the nth year of employment. So because we have already determined that this is an AP because of the common difference between the consecutive terms, the nth salary for Abdi, the nth term of course, we are dealing with an AP because of the common difference. Nth term of any AP is always given by A, then of course plus n minus 1, then we multiply with the common difference. So this will be, so we are told to find the nth, the annual salary in his nth year of employment. Therefore, the nth year of employment for Abdi, of course, the nth term of an AP will be, so the first term is A. Of course, the first value for Abdi was 60,000. So the first term will be 60,000 shillings. Then plus n minus 1. Then we multiply with D. The common difference, we found it to be 4,800. That is 4,800. So if we simplify, we'll end up with 60,000. 60,000, then plus, if I open brackets, I'll get 4,800 n, then minus 4,800. If I collect the like terms, I'll end up with 60,000, then minus 4,800, then I'll add 4,800 N. So if I take 60,000 minus 4,000, that is minus 4,800, I'm going to get 55,200, 55,200, then of course plus 4,800 N. Therefore, this is the expression for his annual salary in his nth year of employment. So this is the expected equation for part A. Then we are going to move to part B of the question. So in part B, we are being asked to calculate Amoit's annual percentage rate of salary increment and hence write down an expression for his annual salary in the nth year of employment. So for us to get the annual percentage rate of salary, so the annual percentage rate of salary, annual percentage rate of salary, rate of salary. Of course, we are specifically talking of Amoit. So this one is for Amoit. It will be given by. So the percentage annual rate of salary, you'll just, we can find the rate using the first two terms. So it's just like you are being asked to find the percentage profit. So of course, you'll just find the difference between the consecutive terms so that you find the change. So we'll just have the percentage change, which of course will take 40, that is 64,800 minus the previous term is 60,000 divided by the original term, which was 60,000. Then we multiply this by 100%. It's just like we are finding the percentage change. So you find the change between any two consecutive terms, which is 64. So we are having, you take 64,800 minus the previous term divided by the previous term, then you multiply that with 100%. So that should give you the percentage change, or what we are calling the annual percentage rate of salary increment. That is for Amoit. So this is going to give us the following. So this is what we are going to get. So we'll have the difference will give us, so the percentage rate of change will be given by 64,800 minus 60,000. We are going to get 4,800. Then divided by 60,000, then of course multiplied by 100%, because they want the percentage rate of change. So 4,800 over 60,000 times 100%. This one is going to give you 8% as the annual percentage rate of change. Remember the equation for Abdi, the equation in part A. This was our equation for part A. We might need it in our working. Therefore, let me record it here. So the nth term for this one was for Abdi. The nth term for Abdi was given by, we had 55,200, then of course plus 400, that is 4,800 N. This was the equation for the nth term of this particular person called Abdi. So we have answered part B. We are required to calculate Amoit's annual percentage rate of salary increment. So this is the percentage rate of annual salary increment, and hence write down an expression for that is for her annual salary in her nth year of employment, the nth year of employment. So in short here, they just want us to find the nth term of this particular second person called Amoit. Now, for us to get the nth term, we need to determine whether we are dealing with an AP or a GP. Therefore, let's test whether this could be an AP. So if it was to be an AP, it should have what we call a common difference. Therefore, let's check the terms. So we have 60,000. We need to that is to subtract the terms so that we check whether there is a common difference. So if I subtract the second term for Amoit, which is 64,800, then minus the previous term, which is 60,000. So this difference is going to give me 4,800. We also check the next two terms. So I'll have 69,984. Then I'm subtracting the previous term, which is 64,800. So this particular difference is going to give me the following. So our difference will be, so if I subtract these two, I'm going to get 5184. So this one is giving me 5184. So clearly the common difference, there is no common difference. Therefore this cannot be an AP. Therefore it's not it is not an AP since it does not have a common difference. If it was to be an AP, then the difference of these two values is supposed to be the same, like the case we saw for Abdi. Therefore, let's check whether it has a common ratio so that we see whether it is a GP. So the common ratio should be given by, we take the term ahead, which is 64,800. Then we divide with the previous term, which was 60,000, divided by 60,000. So this particular quotient, if you feed this on a calculator, you'll get 1.08. 1.08. We also check for the next two terms, that is the second term and the third term. So let's check whether there is a common ratio. So the ratio will be, the third term was 69. This is 69,984. Then divided by the previous term was 64. This is 64,800. So if you feed this on your calculator, you will get again 1.08. So clearly you can see there is a common ratio. Therefore, we are going to say that since there is a common ratio, since there is a common ratio, it follows that since there is a common ratio, it implies that, or it follows that, Amoit's salary represents a geometric progression. It represents a GP, a geometric progression, because there is a common ratio. Now, so let's now proceed with the question. We are told to calculate Amoit's percentage rate. We have already computed that, and hence write down an expression for the annual salary in her nth year of employment. So in short, they just want us to find the nth term of this particular GP. Now we know that the nth term of any given GP is given by the formula AR to the power of n minus 1. Therefore, the nth term of this particular GP will be given by the first term for Amoit was 60,000. So we have 60,000. Then we multiply with the common ratio. Our common ratio is 1.08. So multiplied by 1.08, then to the power of n minus 1. Therefore, this is the equation 4. We can even use brackets here. So we can also write it as 60,000 into bracket 1.08, then to the power of n minus 1. So this is the equation for the nth, that is the annual salary for Amoit, that is during the nth year of employment. Okay, then we move to part C of our question. Let's check part C of our question. So I can also just indicate this one here. So we found that the nth term of Amoit, was given by So we had 60,000, 60,000, then into 1.08, then to the power of n minus 1. So in part C, we are being told to find, in part C, we are told to calculate the difference in the annual salaries for Abdi and Amoit in their 7th year of employment. So we'll just find the 7th term for Abdi and also for Amoit. So let's start with the 7th year, which is just the 7th term of for Abdi. Remember the equation for Abdi, we already have it here. So we said that the nth term for Abdi will be given by, because for Abdi we are dealing with an AP, so it was given by 55, 200, then plus 4800 n. It was this equation here. Therefore, for us to find the 7th term for Abdi, the 7th term for Abdi will be given by, so we just substitute where we have n, we substitute with 7. So this will be 55, 200, then plus 4800, then into bracket n. Our n in this case is 7. So this will be given by 55, 200, then plus, if you take 4800 multiplied by 7, you're going to get 33,600. So this is 33,600. When we add these two, 55,200 plus 36,600, we'll get shillings 88,800. So this one will give us 88,800 shillings. So this is the amount of money that Abdi earned during the 7th year. Then we also find the amount of money that Amoit was also earning during the 7th year, so that we can find the difference between the two as required by the question. So during the 7th year, let's find the amount for Amoit. So this will be given by the nth term for Amoit was given by the following. The nth term was given by this equation, 60,000 into 1.08, then to the power of n minus 1. Therefore, the 7th term for Amoit will be given by, so we'll have 60,000, then into bracket 1.08 to the power of n. Our n, of course, will be 7. So this is 7 minus 1, which will give us 60,000 into bracket 1.08 to the power of 7 minus 1 will get 6. Now, when we feed this on our calculator, we are going to get an answer of, so this will be shillings. We are going to get 95, 212, then 0.45, that is 45.93, but of course these are shillings, therefore we can write it as shillings 95, then we have 212, and so we can round off this one. So this will be 5, so it will just be and 50 cents, and 50 cents. Therefore, they wanted us to find the difference, calculate the difference in the annual salaries for Abdi and Amoit in their 7th year. So we have the salaries of each individual during the 7th year. Therefore, the difference will be given by the following. So the difference will be given by, the difference in their salaries will be given by the following. So we'll take the larger value minus the smaller value. So we'll have shillings. The larger value is for Amoit, which is 95, 212 and 50 cents. Then we subtract. The salary for Abdi was Kenya shillings 88,800. Now, when you subtract these two, we are going to get that the difference in their salaries will be given by, so this will give us 64.12, and 50 cents. 64.12 and 50 cents. Therefore, this is their difference in their salaries. So the difference is 6,412 and 50 cents. So we've answered part C of our question. Thank you very much for accompanying me until the end of this particular lesson. I do not take it for granted. In case you are new to the channel, kindly hit the subscription button and also turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll get notified.